Um, so, of course, as usual, I'm live every Tuesday at 6 o'clock Central European time. So, any of you can just log in either on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram and ask any questions about your job search. So, interview, CVs, anything you want to talk about to ask about these topics, just please log in and ask your questions, and I will answer as many as I possibly can between half an hour and 1 hour. If I don't have any questions, just people looking to get something out of this video in terms of advice or whatever you need, independent of the stage you are right now in your job search. Just tune in, and I always post the videos on YouTube, so you can always go there and watch again. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about the situation people that just got in the market, and we know that right now the situation is not like a good situation in terms of job search. A lot of companies froze the hiring process, but don't be discouraged because there's a lot of companies still hiring out there. One thing that it's interesting to note is it's a question that is interesting to answer is how do you be get productive right now? How do you make the most of this situation right now and make sure that you are prepared for the reacceleration of the job market? Because right now what you don't want is just to be inactive and not doing anything towards getting the job you want or opening a company or whatever you think it's your future, your professional future. So one of the things that is important to say is that you need to produce something. You need to be producing something, because if you basically are stopped, you're just in the same place as before this pandemic started, or you were studying before, and during the pandemic you didn't do much. um, that's not what you want on your CV. That's not what you want to mention on active. So produce something in any way. You produce articles, just post your articles on LinkedIn or on Facebook or in any platform you think it's going to get some visibility. Okay. If you don't like to write but you're good at talking or doing something like that, start recording a podcast. You have sites like Anchor to do interesting professional profiles. That's important. Look for something professional profiles out there of companies, of people, of recruiters, and reach out to them. Send a message on Instagram, on Facebook, wherever it is. Use the social media to connect with people, to keep networking. To We are not as active as we were before the pandemic. Why? Because it is really important for when you get your next job interview, your next opportunity, that you can get there and say, I didn't stay idle. I didn't stay put at my home, just feeling sorry for myself and thinking that I didn't have any opportunities or anything was going on. I produced something. I did maybe you want the option. So the important thing is to create some kind of progress, because when you get your next interview and you need to talk about this, it's not a gap. It's not a real gap. It's a time where you dedicated yourself to something that you thought collaborated with other people, that helped other people, that created some type of progress in your life. And that is really beginning the first semester of 2020. What did you do? What were you doing? Let's say they asked this in your next job interview or in the future, and you say, well, there was a pandemic going, so I didn't do anything. It's always possible to produce something. If like this, you just write, but you need to produce something. You need to keep yourself active at these times to show people out there that I didn't sit and stayed just put without producing anything, making myself better for when the scenario got better. So keep that in mind. And again, I'll repeat, I'll be here every Tuesday at 6 o'clock Central European time. So if you want to send questions, you want to, even if you want to send questions to me on LinkedIn or any other social media, just send me the questions. We can explore them here in these videos, or we can have a conversation